everyone, Stormy Sensei here. It's Friday night, a little later than I would like to have been started streaming, but that's okay. Going to be playing some Star Rail today. I actually got accidentally soft locked into a story quest. Normally I just turn off the game and then it reloads me and I get to go on about my business. But I'm actually forced to have this conversation here.
Good morning! Is work going well today, Master Diviner? I am extremely busy of late. If you have something to ask of me, do not delay.
This is March 7th's quest, companion quest, where she wants to figure out her memories, so she asks Master Diviner to put her into the Matrix of Prescience.
You were about to say something along the lines of, how did you know I wanted to ask something? But then you remembered who you were talking to and decided not to bother, correct? Of course. I run a dozen hexagrams before I even get around to breakfast. The results are never far wrong. Today's divinations threw up some unexpected complications. The hexagrammatic position was facilitating between the water and heaven trigrams. The Matrix of Prescience gave the following interpretation. You will have 3 uninvited guests. This is ultimately auspicious. Ultimately auspicious? Wow, sounds pretty good to me. Seems like we really were destined to meet today then. You know, I see you've been using the Matrix of Prescience to divine into Kafka's past. Well, I have a similar request.
By the way, this is such a great quest.
You wish to use the Matrix to relive the past and awaken parts of your memory? Viable in principle, but whether the Matrix is truly capable of achieving this result remains to be seen.
Because it's such a random backstory for March 7th to just like be found in a block of ice and have no memory of her past life. And then like in version 1.4 or version 1 point of whatever, when they introduced Fushun and all of the divining information in this area, like, I feel like a regular, reasonable person would say to themselves, hey, I wonder why they can't just do that with March 7th. But they thought of it. And now we have a quest for it.
I knew it. Things are never simple, are they? Kafka's situation was different. I feel I must explain in detail the principles behind the Divination Commission's ultimate weapon to avoid any misunderstandings. The Matrix of Prescience does not allow one to remember anything. It merely collects data in order to infer past events, in the same way that future events are inferred.
That makes sense to me.
Just as Realm Keeping Commission officers collect forensic evidence to recreate the scene of a crime, there are materials from which we can infer the past. These may be items related to the experience, or memories of the people involved. Miss March's predicament is very different from Kafka's situation, because she doesn't remember what happened in her past. I am no medical professional, but fortunately I'm very fond of reading. We understand that there are 2 types of memory loss. One where the memories remain dormant, floating around in the unconsciousness unable to be awakened. And another that involves direct erasure of memories from the brain. Who would do such a horrible, mean thing? Why don't we try using the Matrix of Prescience to determine which situation pertains to Miss March? Let's begin then by preparing the requisite inference materials. Miss March, your memory is unreliable. To guarantee the Matrix's accuracy, you'll have to provide something related to your past experience. Anything will do. When you're ready, come and find me in the Matrix core. The diviner said I need to provide something from my past experiences. What should it be? How about a Cienjo souvenir?
What? Why? Something from your past? Why would you even suggest that?
The Matrix offers a glimpse into the...
Alright, I guess while I'm here, I may as well also fix the situation that I have. So there's this quest here. Cloud leaves no traces, which I think is a really awesome quest. I'm pretty sure. I think that this is the one that has to do with Blade and Jingliu and Yancheng and Jingyuan. But because I have this quest, I'm actually not allowed to actually get my Trailblaze level rewards, because if I talk to Pom Pom,
You're here!
then I
This
will
is my
start
first
the
time
mission.
outside of Penacony. Great! It's just, the hotel is so, but I really want... Whoa, thank you! Well, once Grandpa returns, perhaps I'll get the chance to join... Actually, I often dream of a train traveling through the cosmos, with brilliant stars whizzing by. I'd always be glued, but I can't believe I finally got to come on board.
Himiko gave me something to... She said it's coffee? An Astral Express special? It's I'll be honest, I've never had coffee. I heard this drink was once very popular in Belobog. However, the advent of the eternal freeze brought harsh conditions. As a result, coffee beans became a rare sight. Now you can only procure them if you... I have to admit, if this is the taste of coffee, I can't help but feel... Oh, you mean... I understand. Looks like the crew have similar feelings. Don't worry, I won't tell anyone. I don't think I can get through this whole cup of coffee, but I don't want to hurt Himiko's feelings. Would you mind? Oh, all right, just give me a moment to mentally prepare myself. You can do this, Branya. You can do this. Heave ho! Heave ho! Huh? Trailblazer, do you need help with something? Pom-Pom's been cleaning up this whole time and didn't see any letters. What? Don't scare Pom-Pom like that! Why are there always strange things sneaking onto our train? Pom-Pom is going to upgrade the security level around here. What does the letter say? It looks like an invitation. Who could have sent it? Does Don Hong have any friends on the Law Fu? If Pom-Pom remembers correctly, he said he was exiled from there, right?
I highly doubt Don Hong's enemy would send an invitation letter.
Why don't you show Don Hong the letter? You know where to find him. I'm certain that no one entered this... Oh, this is giving me the...
More fuel, more poles. I only get one more pull once I get to Trailblaze level 70. have so many pulls. I mean, 64 really isn't that many, but we're already into 60 pity, so we're like guaranteed to get the next 5-star we go for. Okay, so they live up to 1,000 years. No, they have to live longer than that.
What is it? Do you need something? There's no signature, and it doesn't mention a time or place. Looks like whoever sent this expects me to remember. Unfortunately, I'm going to disappoint them. Thanks, but I don't even know where to start. Let me hold on to the letter. Anything related to Dan Feng's past should be handled with care.
What if he actually does remember?
Just as I thought. There was more than met the eye. Letting her leave first was a wise choice. I can't put her in danger again because of this.
Good evening, Lobster.
But if he didn't send the letter, then who did? Maybe I should make a trip to the seat of divine foresight. I need to ask Jing Yuan about the Stellaron hunters.
It's Yuan instead of Yuan. Jing Yuan. Team must include Jing Liu. Well, I sure hope that they're gonna give me one to rent. Okay, they do. So that's the destruction unit, huh? I'll have Lynx support her. And I need a little bit of fire as well. And some ice. I already have ice. Wind. I think Harmony and Abundance take about the same amount of aggro. We should be fine. We have a level 80 Jing Liu with us. Now it'd be really hilarious if they were like, team must include Dan Heng.
After all this time away from Alafu, the seat of divine foresight has only become more hostile. It's quite reassuring. Relax. You needn't be so cautious, young man. I'm just reminiscing about the old days. However, I never thought Jing Yuan would send you to accompany me. It would seem our fates are intertwined.
Huh?
I've got my work cut out for me today. Well, if it isn't Dan Hung.
Greetings. I need to speak to the General about something.
Looking for compensation for the injuries I gave you? I accept full responsibility. They can deduct my next 100 years' salary if they like.
The Cloud Knights were doing their duty. I'm here to ask the General about the Stellaron Hunters.
You came at a bad time. The General is busy with urgent work. You probably won't be able to meet with him today. But he did leave a message. Dan Hung. Do you recognize the person on the steps?
No. If the General isn't available, I'll come back another day.
You don't remember her? I see. I suppose the memories of your previous life really were wiped clean after the rebirth. That is Jing Yu, the previous sword champion of the Xianzhou La Fu. She was the closest friend of Imbibitor Lune, your previous incarnation. She was also the General's master. According to records of wars past, her blade has slain countless denizens of abundance. Not even the feather guards of the Wingweaver, the father wolf of the Borazon, or the gigantic mecha beast could withstand a single strike from her. She's a renowned legend.
Alright, so given how in-game, like gameplay-wise, how broken Jing Liu is, I can appreciate all of this. Like, she's so strong. She taught Jing Yuan everything that he knows. And she's like practically the boogeyman of the Xianzhou La Fu.
However, those are ancient stories. It's a shame that even a hero like her wasn't able to break free of Mara. It is said that in the end, Jing Liu lost her sanity and slaughtered anyone in sight. She was deemed a criminal and fled to outer worlds. With her powers, you'd think there would be no one capable of bringing her in. For some reason, she arrived on the Luofu with a suspect disguised as a traveling merchant and said she wanted to turn herself in. Her surrender came with one condition: that she be allowed a day of freedom before the trial. She wanted to travel to Scale Gorge Waterscape and meet with her old friends one last time. I can't believe Jing Yuan actually agreed. Before he left, he ordered us to accompany Jing Liu during her last day on the Luofu. We're hosting an honored guest. We're escorting a criminal.
Imbibitor Lune, you're here. Since you traveled all this way, why don't you come and talk with me? Or should I call you by your name in this lifetime?
Oh, she knows.
Dan Hung.
I should have brought Dan Hung with me for this team.
Master Dan Hung,
I don't have him built
she's
though.
asking for you specifically.
Be careful. Don't underestimate her.
It's just very weird talking to Jingliu as Jingliu.
When I left the Xianzhou, I heard they took away your scales and horns, forced you into a hatching rebirth, and detained you in the shackling prison. I thought Imbibitor Lunae had been wiped from this world. But then I returned to the Luofu and watched as you parted the sea. After all these years, it was a magnificent sight to behold.
The life of Imbibitor Lunae ended. I stand before you, a completely different person.
I understand. The sins of a past life should be forgiven after rebirth. Now you are a nameless, traveling across the galaxy. But can anyone really bid farewell to their past? If my guess is correct, the Preceptors were unwilling to allow the Ichor line to end, and hoped for the Imbibitor Lunae's resurrection. That is why they tampered with the molting rebirth, and turned you into what you are now.
I don't know what any of this means. The Preceptors were unwilling to allow the Ichor line to end. So I guess they... Yeah, I have no idea.
So, you also wish to restore the High Elder succession, just like the Preceptors.
There is another quest that I haven't done where Dan Heng kind of is walking around trying to tell people that he's not banned anymore, but the people of the Luofu want him to just leave and never come back, because since he is technically the High Elder, then that means that Bailu's claim as being High Elder is kind of shaky. So they don't want to cause like civil unrest amongst the Vidyara. I haven't actually finished that quest either, though.
I have no intention of meddling in such things. That is the business of the Vidyadhara. I returned to the Luofu so I could surrender myself to the Alliance and atone for my sins. I did, however, have one request before the trial. I asked to be given a single day to go and see old friends, and to fulfill promises I made long ago. Jing Yuan has always been an understanding person. He heard that you would be coming and agreed to my request.
So, you're the one that mailed the letter to the Express.
That's right.
The sea's depths conceal no stone, and dragons' breaths reveal the moon. The scenery of Scale Gorge waterscape is truly as magnificent as the poems describe. But as a suspect, shouldn't I be bound and interrogated in the shackling prison? Is it really appropriate to bring me to a place like this, General?
Holding you in the shackling prison would be more trouble than it's worth. For security purposes, we will be performing your trial here.
For security purposes? I suppose it's not my security you're talking about.
The Stellaron's descent, the Ambrosial Arbor's resurrection, the Destruction Emanator's impersonation of the Amicassator. According to the Skyfaring Commission's investigations, You arrived on the Law Fu with a group of merchants, but didn't make a single trade during your stay. Your departure coincided with the day the calamities took place. You took advantage of the chaos to sneak into the shackling prison, but seemingly took no course of action. Now you claim that you are responsible for the Stellaron crisis and wish to surrender yourself.
I've been converted. Sounds appropriate. Mystery Man has my full endorsement. He can take all the viewers that watched for Unite, because I don't really play it as much anymore. We'll play it tomorrow, but yeah, he plays it every day other than Sunday, and I play it only on Saturday. Lost only the last match. It's the curse of the final match. That's pretty good though.
Your behavior truly is puzzling. I can't seem to piece together your motive.
I was asked to deliver a token in my capacity as a traveling merchant. I knew nothing of its significance. I admit I did have my own agenda for entering the shackling prison, but in the end, I found that the Law Fu did not possess what I was looking for. It is through fear of punishment that I am choosing to surrender. The galaxy is a vast place, but I am merely a wanderer. It would be silly of me to think that I could outrun the Alliance.
Merely a wanderer? You're too modest, Lawcha. Do I need to remind you of your actions at the Eternity Fortress and the Shroud Veil Star Zone? Or must I utter that tongue twister of a name?
Well, they don't call you the Divine Foresight for nothing, General.
You flatter me. Fortunately, I did my research, or this conversation would have been quite dry.
Seeing that you sense something is amiss, are you looking to defend me and clear my name of suspicion?
That is beyond my control. Attempting to undermine the Alliance is a grave crime. According to protocol, you are to be held on the Xianzhou Shuling for a joint trial before the Ten Lords Commission and the 7 Arbiter Generals. However, at present, you have the opportunity to enjoy the beautiful scenery of Scale Gorge Waterscape. It will be the last view of the Law Fu you ever lay eyes on.
She told me that the High Cloud Quintet once gathered and feasted here hundreds of years ago. The unparalleled sword techniques of your master, the mesmerizing cloud hymn magic of Imbibitor Lunae Dan Feng, the artful piloting skills of Bai Heng, the divine weapons crafted by the Ju-Ming artisan Ying Xing, and the unmatched stratagem of the General.
Dan Feng is now Dan Heng. Jing Liu is still Jing Liu. The General, Jing Yuan. But these other two characters, Bai Heng is Bai Lu in the past life. But I don't know who this Ying Xing is.
The unparalleled sword techniques of your master, the mesmerizing cloud hymn magic of Imbibitor Lunae Dan Feng, the artful piloting skills of Bai Heng, the divine weapons crafted by the Ju-Ming artisan Ying Xing, and the unmatched stratagem of the General.
I would have assumed that Blade was the 5th member of the High Cloud Quintet.
The 5 of you vanquished evil from the world, creating legendary tales in your wake. Unfortunately, nothing lasts forever, and the High Cloud Quintet disbanded as each of you went your separate ways. You removed me from the shackling prison and decided to interrogate me here. But not for security purposes. You wish to discuss things that shouldn't be overheard. You wish to discuss the one person you've avoided mentioning up to now. Your master, Jing Liu.
We can head out now. I would like to visit a few places from my memories, enjoy a glass of wine, and reminisce about the good times.
Have you mistaken yourself for a tourist?
I would make a wonderful tourist. Lower your guard, young man. I have already surrendered myself to the Alliance, and I will keep my word. Besides, your general has already agreed to my request. Imbibitor Lunae, you must accompany me. I won't take no for an answer, regardless of whether you're still interested in your previous life. Accepting my letter means that you've accepted my invitation.
Lead the way.
Where should we start? Should we go to Stargazer Navalia first, or to the Artisanship Commission? So many memories are swirling inside my head. I can't get a grasp on any of them.
Stop remembering.
When the people of the Xianzhou live to be more than 1,000 years old, each day is like carrying the weight of a mountain through an interminable maze.
How hard is it to choose a destination? We're going to Stargazer Navalia. Problem solved.
The young are the antidote. Stargazer Navalia it is.
I'm like so on edge. I feel like at any point in time, Yangqing is going to like say one thing too many, and Jing Liu is just going to like turn around and cut him to bits.
If it's star skiffs you wanted to see, we could have headed to the Jade Gate. Why did we come all the way here?
Hey there, Chomper.
Young man, have you ever heard of Bai Hung, the Foxian pilot?
Bai Hung is a Foxian.
Bai Hung. I think I've seen that name somewhere before.
Any relation to Yukong, I wonder? Yukong was a very famous pilot. You reached world level 3. Very nice. I don't think that you're able to get gold relic drops yet still. I think that's at 4, maybe 5. Yeah, I think that's at 4. Also, Dean and I healed. Wonderful. Glad that you two were feeling better.
Let the noble High Elder drown the enemies in rain. We just need a watch from the sky, I presume?
Imbibitor Lunae, if memories are returning to you, share them.
I think she was one of Imbibitor Lunae's comrades.
She was a comrade and friend to both Imbibitor Lunae and all of us. Well, that's all in the past now. The reason we came to Stargazer Navalia is because I wanted to pay tribute to her here.
Huh? You mean the Foxian soul-soothing ceremony?
Yes, the sending off of a star skiff. It represents the voyage of the deceased into the stars. Due to circumstances beyond my control, I never had the chance to bid farewell to her. It is something I have regretted to this day. As for procuring a star skiff, I know they can be manufactured here, but I know nothing of the process.
They're actually grown in
I
the
see.
back.
Follow me.
This is like the voice acted
I
version.
don't know anything about manufacturing star skiffs either. But getting these machines to work shouldn't be too hard.
It's kind of like the voice acted version of one of the adventure quests I did. You actually take a seed and you put them in the giant vats, and then they actually grow, and then you transfer them from one to another. Star skiffs are technically alive.
Careful. There's still Stellaron spirits lurking around.
No need to worry about the two of us.
I hardly ever get to use this character, so I'm
Stand
going
down.
to actually fight with it.
Trust me, there's always a weakness. Lend me your strength.
Blade of Moonlight.
You won't get away.
We've entered the storm. To guard and defend, crush them.
Blade fodder. Blade fodder.
Also, I got almost turned into a Mars Strike twice. That's why you can't be just accepting everything from everyone.
Stand down and I'll spare you.
There's always a weakness. The time is now. Lend me your strength.
A blade of moonlight.
You won't get away.
Blade fodder. All will be revealed. In lunar flame.
This character is so strong.
Combat is a series of precise machinations.
To travel far away. For a tough case like yours, we're gonna try them all!
Much obliged. One at a time.
Commencing research.
This is with a 4-star light cone, though it is level 80. Super position only 1. Maxed out traces though, so that's pretty good. And that's a pretty good relic set. I probably can't look at the stats, can I? I can't look at the stats, but I can probably look at. It's like not even that good of a roll here, but crit rate's pretty good. Actually, it's too much crit rate, because you actually get 50% crit rate when you go into your Mars struck state. So you would want to get either more attack or more crit damage with this. But again, it's a trial character. Energy regen rope. Probably at least speed boots to have 46 speed.
we've arrived. All ship production in Stargazer Navalia starts here. Just enter the command into the device. The vessel used to cultivate starskiff seeds will be activated, and a ship will appear in the skyport soon after. I remember now. I've seen Bai Hung's name in books before.
You like to read? I couldn't tell.
Hey, I don't read much, but the General forced me to finish a bunch of ancient volumes during my training. I remember one called Views of the Universe from a Starskiff. The author's name was Bai Hung.
That's right. Bai Hung was the one who wrote that travelogue.
It was actually really interesting. 90% of it was about starskiff crashes on different worlds and dangerous situations. It also had records of local species and ecosystems. I remember thinking, how could an ace pilot crash land her starskiff so many times? Then I realized that every time, she made the best of the situation and got back alive. Her luck really was out of this world.
Well, still better not to crash.
Indeed. Her luck always astonished us. Whenever she piloted a mission, you could almost guarantee a narrow escape from the jaws of some abundance behemoth, or a miraculous return from behind enemy lines. Very few starskiffs she piloted were able to return to port in one piece. The folks at the Skyfaring Commission secretly referred to her as the Starskiff Killer. She also possessed an uncanny ability to predict future events, inauspicious ones at least. Every ill omen that came out of her mouth would sure enough come true. Very few Cloud Knights had the courage to accompany her on missions. However, when it came to surviving, her fortunes were incredible. Even in the worst situations imaginable, she was always able to turn the tide. Luck is a type of strength, after all. I hope that this ship, built for the Starskiff Killer, will also be able to return to the stars.
Ha! That'll do it. The Starskiff assembly line has been activated. The Starskiff will take shape and enter the skyport. Let's go wait for it there. It won't be long.
Thank you, young man.
So Jing Liu is the oldest of all of the playable characters in the game, at around 1,000 years old.
See? The Starskiff is complete!
After being away from the Luofu for so long, I can finally say farewell to you.
So, what happened to Bai Hung in the end?
In the end,
don't.
I do not think the details are necessary. We are here today to commemorate her.
Bai Hung is Foxian, so they only live to be about like 700 years old before they die. And the whole thing about being Mara-struck is the fact that, you know, the negative emotions over the thousands or the hundreds of years kind of build up over time and make you go kind of insane. Best not to bring up things like your dear friend passing.
Imbibitor Lunae, do you still remember the battle against Shuhu?
Did Gan Feng fight alongside you?
Yes, the High Elder was held in higher regard. The Cloud Knights became wary after learning of Dan Feng's imminent arrival. General Tang Xiao called for me to guarantee the safety of the troops. But Bai Hung didn't care about any of that. She believed that the High Elder was mortal and no different from the soldier next to her. You ran a fair share of errands for her when she was still around. Let me refresh your memory. During that battle, Bai Hung, being the headstrong girl that she was, managed to exhaust the luck that was bestowed upon her by the Rainbow Arbiter. She charged ahead and shattered the enemy's defenses, allowing the Xianzhou soldiers to break through Shuhu's sanguinary abyss and awaken you from your dragon's delirium. She was not able to walk out of that fight. We all shoulder a debt that we will never be able to repay. For the Cloud Knights, giving up one's life on the battlefield is an honor. But that wasn't something you believed in, Imbibitor Lunay. You couldn't accept that Bai Hung was gone. Instead of leaving her to eternal rest,
did he resurrect her?
you decided to... You made a mistake that can never be undone. There is no need to respond, Imbibitor Lunay. Your answer is no longer important. And now, I will send off this star skiff. Bai Hung, I've brought your flagon. This was a gift handmade by him, though he never got the chance to give it to you in person. I'm sorry it took so long for me to find it. Only by bringing it to you will my nightmares be calmed. I will fulfill what you asked of me. I will keep my word, even if it requires me to cut down the stars in the sky. Let's go. The Artisanship Commission is next. Since the Arbor's resurrection, the land has been crawling with abominations. Even the Artisanship Commission's prized creation furnace is hanging on by a thread.
The crisis happened too suddenly. All the craftsmen and apprentices fled. Only a single master craftsman was left to hold the line until reinforcements arrived. That's how the creation furnace was saved.
We were the reinforcements, and Gongshu was the master craftsman.
Stubborn beyond valuing his own life. That reminds me of an extremely arrogant acquaintance. If he were to see the chaos of the Artisanship Commission today, he would burst into laughter at the Xianzhou's incompetence.
What's that supposed to mean? What's wrong with saving your own life and waiting for the Cloud Knights to arrive?
And yet where were the Cloud Knights when danger was at the door? From what I heard, it was a group of Outworlders that came to the rescue.
The Luofu's delves are big places. Besides, some of the troops were deployed to the Yaoqing's campaign. The Cloud Knights were spread thin. It was impossible to guard everywhere at once.
Young man, why don't we continue our previous contest? Show me whether the sword techniques you are so proud of have improved.
You just want me to do all the work. You think I'm gonna grant endless requests for a criminal?
You go on ahead this time. We'll meet up at the creation furnace.
Why did you send him away?
It is of no importance. But you and I haven't had a decent contest in ages.
I don't plan on fighting.
I'm not asking you to point your spear at me. Could it be that the abominations here aren't enough to motivate you?
I wonder if I were like playing this game at the time that Jingliu came out, whether I would have pulled for her. Like, knowing now that she's like #1 DPS in the whole game and will probably still be 1 or 2 after Acheron comes out.
Even after your rebirth, your moves and techniques haven't changed one bit.
When I move, it's like
you never forgot.
Fleeting light, roaring flood. There's always a weakness. The time is now. Lend me your strength.
Blade of moonlight. You won't get away. All will be revealed in lunar flame. You won't get away. Come on already. What took you so long this time?
Don't get anxious, Imbibitor Lunae. We have all the time in the world.
The reason why I ask that of myself is like, I don't necessarily always pull based off of character strength. For example, I knew Ron May was going to be really, really good. I did not get Ron May. Like, the last character that I was like really excited to get was Koha.
The moon shines on the truth.
Seal I got because, she looked cool. Wielding a scythe. I actually did not know that she was actually good.
You as its master. Imbibitor Lunae. Do you know who crafted it for you?
it's been with me ever since my exile. I don't remember when I started wielding it.
It won't be. Humanity never conceals its desire to control the heavens, and I'm no exception.
Blade of moonlight.
Lend me your strength.
All will be revealed in lunar flame.
Time for an overhaul.
You won't get away.
Specimen sighted. Deeper.
Sacred of the saints.
Try harder.
I have something for you.
Commencing research. Here, try this. Distance is timely.
your own skill. Can't kill me.
You won't get away.
There's always a weakness.
Stand down. Blade of Moonlight.
When you get the spectral transmigration, you get 50% crit rate. So now my current crit rate is 111%. So unnecessary crit. Increase ult damage by 20%. That's pretty good.
We've entered the storm.
Can't stop
To guard and defend! Crush them!
Actually has different voice lines for idling. While Mars
Some
compared
insight.
to otherwise.
Deep breath! This battle is unavoidable.
All will be revealed in lunar flame. You can continue to convince yourself that you are merely the reincarnation of Dan Feng and have nothing to do with his sins. And you can keep insisting that you have forgotten everything. But you cannot run from combat, Dan Heng. Your spearmanship is identical to Imbibitor Lunay's. Combat is like smelting, purging the impurities with burning flames and exposing a person's true nature. Those are the words of the one who made Cloudpiercer for you. Do you remember? Out of all of us, you were the closest to him. It was strange, really, to see someone so arrogant get along with someone so proud.
I'd rather leave this world in a blaze than live until the end of time. I will let all of the Xianzhou know that a brief moment of my life is worth more than their long and meaningless lives.
Sounds like he was a short-lived species.
Yingxing.
You still remember his name. When he was but a child, he swore to take revenge on the abominations. That's what drove him to travel across the stars to the Xianzhou to receive training. When I first met him, he wasn't even as tall as my sword. But he was boasting about mastering all the crafts of the Artisanship Commission by the time he was 100 years old. The little brat was no less arrogant than the High Elder. At first, I wasn't too fond of his defiant nature. But when we met again, he was able to craft weapons that astonished the Master Craftsman. He even snatched the Artisanship Commission title of Furnace Master. Unfortunately, the Alliance would never allow a short-life species to run the Artisanship Commission. He was only able to prove his worth alongside us outcasts in the end.
This really was a group effort. They had Foxian, Vidyahara, Zansho Native. I guess 2 of those and a short-lived species.
You didn't go easy just so I would get here first, did you?
Of course not. Your technique must have improved so much that I simply couldn't keep up with you.
So, are we here to commemorate your short-life species friend?
Eavesdropping is a bad habit. Besides, when did I ever say he was no longer in this world?
Even the cryocapsules wouldn't be able to extend the life expectancy of a short life species for long. If he is still alive, he must be ancient.
He transformed into a long-life species?
Correct. Such are the twists of destiny. Some people are born with unparalleled foresight and exceptional intelligence, but make the most ill-advised choices at destiny's crossroads. As smart as he was, he made the foolish attempt to use the flesh of the Abundance Emanator to aid Imbibiter Lunae in resurrecting his deceased companion.
So Bai Hung, when she died in that battle, wow, Don Feng really messed up badly.
His stupidity turned him into a monster, cursed with immortality. His soul was shattered and became the evil that he hated most. The irony.
For an old friend, you don't seem to have that much pity.
I gave him a second chance. Does that not count?
What did you do to him?
He should have been eternally jailed in the shackling prison for his crimes. But I gave him a different kind of freedom.
Like you killed him?
I took the shell that once held his soul and passed my sword techniques on to him. I let him die 100 deaths to remind him of the karma of his previous life. Afterward, I heard he was reborn and even gave himself a name. We've idled too long. Let's head to the Alchemy Commission.
That's probably who it is.
As a follower of the Rainbow Arbiter, you have witnessed the catastrophe brought upon by the plague's author, General. Living beings turning into undying monsters, eventually used as sacrifices to the Abundance. What do you think should be done to put an end to it, General?
The Alliance follows the Rainbow Arbiter's edict to continue ridding the world of evil, so that one day Yaoshi might be vanquished and the cycle of life and death restored.
Under the auspices of the Rainbow Arbiter, the faithful Cloud Knights continue the hunt. Their devotion and sacrifices are indeed commendable, but their devotedness has made them close-minded. Take me, for example. My powers originate from the Abundance, yet my goals are aligned with the Alliance. The Hunt is not the only faction in the universe that wants Yaoshi dead. It is natural for short-life species to yearn for immortality. That is expected of any intelligent life form. To want to eliminate these thoughts would be equivalent to killing an eon.
Hey there, Cheesy.
Such a goal is so impossible as to be laughable, to be honest. So, in order to sever Yaoshi's curse, one must look to the source for a different solution. Your master happened upon a revelation and returned from the Mara. She has traveled many worlds and discovered a solution.
I'm listening.
I apologize, General. I'm afraid the next move will have to be made on the Shu Ling.
As I expected. Your surrender is just the next step in your scheme. You wish to avail yourself of the Ten Lords' decree to enter Shuling and stand before the 6 generals, even the Marshal. That is your true agenda. And the purpose of the contents of your coffin.
General, you said it yourself. This is beyond your control. It is the law of the Alliance. We cannot deviate from it.
Splendid, well done. This was a spectacular move.
You've changed, Jinyuan. The man I knew would never have admitted he was bested.
Yep. There's so much story going on here.
Order's already been restored to the Alchemy Commission. Why are we here?
I heard the healer lady is capable of curing all diseases. I'm here for the same reason anyone would be. For a checkup and consultation. Patience, young man. We're not far from Scale Gorge Waterscape. The mission the General tasked you with is about to come to an end.
What a surprise! Are you not feeling well? Please, come this way.
Miss Bailu. She's here for a consultation.
Oh, I see. Are you here for your eyes? Or is it something else?
My eyes are fine. I cover them to avoid seeing that which reminds me of the past and riles my inner demons. My thoughts have been disordered lately, and I experience occasional night terrors. Do you have a way to soothe my mind, Dragon Lady?
I figured that would be it. It's sensory deprivations. You know, in the same way that when Blade looked at Dan Heng, he just like immediately got Mara-struck and angry. And just like immediately tried to kill him. And Jingliu also covers her eyes to not see things.
Oh, those symptoms don't sound like my area of expertise. But who cares? The healers of the Alchemy Commission don't get to pick and choose their patients. Give me your hand. We'll start by checking your pulse. You'll need to take some translucence worms so I can take a closer look. Your hand! It's freezing! Please wait. Dan Heng, can I speak to you for a minute? Your friend here has a very peculiar condition. Her pulse is extremely faint. Normally, this would mean that
She won't live much longer.
Let the healer make the professional diagnosis. Your friend's situation is unique. She looks healthy, but her hands are cold as ice. It feels like there's a dark current running and pulsing between her core esse and her veins. I've never seen anything like it. With more research, I might be able to make a new entry in the medical records. Can you and your friend come back for follow-up visits?
Nope. Unless, you visit her in the Shackling prison.
She's a criminal. That's up to the Cloud Knights and the Ten Lords Commission.
Oh, talk about not judging a book by its cover. She looks so kind and elegant. How could she be a criminal? Not my concern. I'll do my best. No matter what I administer, she's gonna need to drink a ton of warm water from this point on. Come with me. I'll prescribe her some soul-returning vitality infusion. It won't cure her, but I'll... Wait! Where did my big medicine box go? I'm sorry. Ever since the disciples of Sanctus Medicus were expelled, things have been a mess around here. Tanhung, you mind coming with me to retrieve my medicine? I could use your skills.
Are you in trouble, Dragon Lady? I'll come along as well.
No. No trouble at all.
It's no bother. A little walk will do me good.
I can smell the herbs. It's around here somewhere. Hey! Give me back my medicine box! That thing runs so fast! Don't let it get away!
The moon shines on the truth.
There's an even bigger monster protecting this one!
Let's just pretend that looked correct.
When did so many creatures start visiting the Alchemy Commission?
Careful.
Allow me to eliminate these obstacles, Dragon Lady. Stand back. The chill of my sword freezes everything in its path. Soon to be departed.
So this is why your hands are so cold!
Lend me your strength.
Stand down. Blade of moonlight.
This cold isn't something normal flesh could withstand. Specimen sighted.
Perhaps you still don't understand. Humanity never conceals its desire to control the heavens, and I'm no exception.
To travel far.
Assistance is timely.
You won't get away.
All will be revealed. In lunar flame.
You won't get away.
She's kind of dead. Think I can save her. This is gonna be super weird. But I'm going
Lend me your
to
strength.
jump links out in front.
Save it for your own skin. Try harder.
And then, actually, Link should be able to tank this. I was gonna let him make it.
You'll pay for this. Lend me your strength.
Commencing research.
I have something for you.
Later tonight, all will be revealed in lunar flame.
This battle is unavoidable. Lend me your strength.
Ready for death.
We've entered the storm.
Completely
To
unnecessary,
guard and
but
defend.
I'm doing it anyway.
Crush them.
All right, let me make sure nothing's missing. Excellent. The calming valerian and chi strengthening infusions are here. Let's head back. Never make a patient wait too long.
And my Legion is a bad matchup against my team. Like, which ones? Because there are all sorts. Like, there's the regular Void Ranger that you start off with, and then there's like the wind version of that. I think those are the only two, really, though.
Apologies again for the delay. This prescription won't cure you, but it will nourish your body and calm your mind.
Very well. The fate of a long-life species is inevitable, even with the best doctors.
You're Mara-struck? I don't see the symptoms in you at all. What with the incident on the Law Fu, I've treated a number of Mara-stricken patients recently. They all presented with signs of incoherence, delirium, or frightening physical mutations. You don't seem to have any of that.
I made a deal that allowed me to retain what life I had left in me. I may be sane, but one thing is certain. My mind is already at its limit. And yet, I still have many unfulfilled wishes, and plenty of unfinished business.
I see. So you've learned to live with your illness. I can't help much with issues of the spirit, but the medical records do mention that calming the mind is a way to heal the body. If you're able to forget about the past, there might be a chance for your symptoms to regress.
Really? How unfortunate. My hatred overshadows my other emotions. I chose to hold on to it, to embrace it, and to use it to maintain my existence. All I have left are the sword in my hand and my hatred of the past. If I am without either of them, I would fall into an empty void. Thank you for your advice, Dragon Lady. Meeting you has provided more healing than any kind of medicine or remedy. By the way, among those you've treated in recent days, did you notice a person in bandages?
Bandages? That's a vague description, you know. I'm not sure. We get injured patients from all over the Xianzhou for treatment.
Yeah, there'd be a lot of
The
people
number
in
of injuries
bandages.
we see has
Maybe she's
skyrocketed
talking
since the
about Blade.
Ambrosia Arbor crisis.
Blade has
The
bandages
person I'm
on
inquiring about is tall, with a serious expression.
She's talking about Blade.
He also carries a crude sword with him at all times. Have you seen someone like that, Dragon Lady?
Oh, yes! Someone came by today that matches that description. He must have suffered some kind of sword wound. He had a strong scent of blood. Though, from the way he behaved, it must have been fairly minor. He didn't even take the medicine I prescribed.
He's probably looking for a different kind of medicine. Well then, it would seem that everything is in place. Let's go meet our old friend. Take this man away. This does not involve him.
Yanqing.
That was very suspicious.
And so, everyone is present. I never thought the High Cloud Quintet would be able to gather again in the same place after hundreds of years. If I remember correctly, the 5 of us made a promise here 7 centuries ago. We promised that no matter what happened, we would gather here together and share a drink.
Because Luocha did a slight nod to Jingliu right before he was taken away.
How sad that Scale Gorge waterscape remains empty while the world continues to turn. Some of us have been reborn, while others were denied death. Some have become criminals, while others can no longer fulfill their promises. And in the end, our friendship is no more. Soon, I will be shackled and tried. This will be the last you see of me. This is why I sent out the invitations before departing, hoping that everyone would be gathered here for my final farewell. Of 5 people, 3 must pay a price. Imbibitor Lunae, the chief culprit, chose to use the transmutation arcanum as a means of resurrection, begetting terrible transformation and great calamity in the process. He dishonored the name of the fallen. Ying Sing, the accomplice, arrogant and oblivious, used the flesh of the Abundance Emanator to assist Imbibitor Lunae in his evil. He fell, becoming an immortal abomination. As for Jingliu, the sinner, she succumbed to Mara, slaughtered her people, and abandoned her oath. Now it is time we pay for what we have done. Dan Heng, you can never escape the shadow of Imbibitor Lunae. He is your origin, and his sins will accompany you in your path forward until you meet your eventual doom. Blade, what a fitting name. In the remainder of your infinite life, you will experience only murder and your own death, all the while pleading for a place to rest. This is the only way you are able to relinquish Ying Sing's regrets. And I will face the punishment of the Alliance and suffer an eternal punishment before paying an even worse price. That is the only way to keep the memory of the pain of the past from fading away.
You could also write
High
it down.
Cloud Quintet, it is time to say goodbye.
Man, a few words.
A wineless gathering, accompanied by only sadness and bitterness. What a depressing reunion.
That's kind of what happens when you schedule a reunion for 700 years in the future.
Is it not time you sent me to the Shuling?
The laws of the Alliance cannot be subject to change. Unfortunately, your next stop will be the Yuchi. I reported everything to the Marshal, and the Seer strategist just so happened to take an interest in the case. They set up a Deca-light reflection barrier in hopes of meeting the two of you beforehand.
Jing Yuan, you haven't changed at all. Always trying to destroy the plans of others. But in the end, whether it be you, me, the Cloud Knights, or the generals of the Rainbow Arbiter, we are all just pawns in a game of the gods. I am sick and tired of treading on a predetermined path. No matter, I will deviate if you insist. But this does not change how things will end. Ultimately, I will stand on the side of victory.
Then I shall see this gamble through.
Wait. Jingliu, before you leave, you still owe me my due.
I have tried. Besides inflicting more wounds on your body, there is nothing else I can do for you.
Sounds like Blade wishes for death.
The immortality that you possess is not something that can be dealt with so easily. I am sure Destiny's Slave already told you that the swords of mortals are incapable of killing someone with the flesh of an emanator.
He did. But you still owe me the attempt.
I told you when I taught you the way of the sword. I am uninterested in drawing my blade against someone who does not long for life, who wants only to be slaughtered.
You will only draw against an opponent. Jingliu, allow me to repay you for your teachings.
Savor the moment. I will deliver you a brief moment of death. We were here once, 700 years ago. Laughing, sparring, and thinking about the future. Their faces still linger before my eyes, like a bygone dream. I thought those joyful days would flow indefinitely before us, like a Xianzhou lifetime. Yet, dreams will eventually fade like clouds from the sky.
A familiar feeling. Almost as if we've returned to my first sword lesson. You used the sword Insing crafted, and pierced, sliced, and impaled me time and time again. The swordplay used to slay our enemies of old is still engraved on this despicable shell. All I can do is watch my flesh become severed, healed, and restored. It's as if they're saying, why? Why did you and Imbibitor Lunae commit such an unforgivable sin? I know that you have no interest in my answer. Which is why I asked the question as you looked me straight in the eye. I've asked myself that same question infinite times. but was never able to find the answer. Why? Why is it that only the abominations can return time and time again? Why does someone like her have to be buried, burned to ash, and eventually forgotten? Why? In the end, you unleashed the final piercing blow and left both me and the sword in the withered grave. The miraculous thing is that in my brief moment of death, all the pain went away. Like when we drank to drown our sorrows.
Okay, I'm glad that they didn't just like leave him there dead. But that's pretty cool that that's Blade's backstory. I never knew that about him. He's not just like a generic Stellaron Hunter lackey of Elio or anything like that. But he his gameplay kind of mirrors this perfectly because his damage scales off of his HP stat and he heals himself when he takes damage and then he heals himself with a follow-up attack after he's taken damage 5 times. So really you just kind of build him to be a super tank and then he just eventually kills the enemy. Another probably top 3 damage character in the game, along with Jingliu and Bairu Lene. So they really do kind of live up to their names. The only one that doesn't really is Jingyuan. Like the other 3 here are like super busted, but this guy's just kind of like not that great by comparison. Sorry, I want more Digital Circus plushies. I don't think I know what Digital Circus is.
Imbibitor Lune, what do you plan on doing next?
Once this gathering ends, I will return to the Express to continue my journey.
The Express won't be able to carry you forever. Your friends all have burdens of their own, just as we did back then. I did think about giving up on revenge and letting go of everything when I fled the Luofu years ago. However, as time passed, it became more and more clear. It was like an old friend that accompanied me every passing day, always nagging in my ear. The memories of what I did when I was Mara-struck are deeply rooted. Since I am unable to rid myself of them, I decided to face them head-on in the end. Maybe when I witness the fall of the abundance, you and Ying Sing will find true release. Goodbye, Imbibitor Lunae.
What order should we do this in? Story-wise. Yangqing seems like the least important, so I'll do him first.
Dan Heng, the General wants me to forget about everything I saw today.
You definitely should, yeah.
I understand. These disputes are far too complicated for me right now. Swordplay is a lot simpler. I have some close friends of my own in the Cloud Knights. Will we fall out the way you guys did?
Wow, no sympathy or empathy whatsoever. Like, alright, good luck with that, Yanqing. Like, I'm out.
Goodbye for now, Dan Heng. I hope the next time we meet, it'll be under happier circumstances.
She couldn't do it with her sword either. She still couldn't do it. We have no choice but to continue the pursuit. This is the price the two of us must pay.
I will see it through.
Elio's script still requires you to stay alive. For now. I don't mind prolonging my vengeance. It might be more interesting that way.
He wants for one of them to kill the other. I pre-ordered a vinyl record set to release in August. It's limited edition and contains original digital songs from the pilot. I didn't know that you had a record player. That's pretty cool. That's pretty rare for people to still play vinyl. Don't know what Imbibitor mode.
She's gone. All this must have seemed like a silly performance to someone newly reborn. But I am unable to prevent my old friends from taking sides against one another. Who you are is a question that only you can find the answer to. Even if the Preceptor's interference denied you a true rebirth.
Oh, okay. So, I think that I kind of understand what Jingliu was talking about with the Preceptors. So, the interference preventing a true rebirth means that he was born with some of the memories of Dan Feng, which is why he was actually able to remember his old comrades and his combat ability.
Yes. It has been a long day for you, Dan Heng.
That's my current understanding for it. Like, maybe if I did more side quests, I would understand it more. Well, that was quite the story. Took almost 2 hours to just do the entirety of Dan Heng's quest and also the beginning of March 7th's quest.
Something the matter?
Where's Pom Pom? Like, the whole reason why I did this was so that I would be able, there he is, so that I could get my Trailblaze levels done.
If there's nothing pressing, let's take a walk.
Come around and have a look.
You're here. Come on, let's gossip.
What corporation? There is no corporation.
You finally got some leisure time.
Oh. The dream bubble that I got from Dr. Edward. I can actually ask Pom Pom about it. Do I want to do that now? I kind of want to just move on and do more Penacony stuff. I'll do that later, I guess. Got a new team formation. This is like a weird variation on like one of my earlier teams, because I actually built up Bronya a little bit. She's now level 70, and so I got Hoha and Sela, but now I have Serval. I've actually split my actual carries, because usually it's, you know, Stormy, Huohua, Sela, Herta. But I split the two into two different teams and filled out the rest of the slots with characters that just kind of make sense for them. Eventually I would have, you know, at least 4 teams worth of built characters. Not because I actually need 4 characters at once, but because there's so much variety in like Memory of Chaos and Pure Fiction that you kind of need to be able to swap out your carries. It's very difficult building carries. It's very easy to build supports. You just kind of get okay gear with them. And you usually only care about one stat, and it's usually speed. For Bronya, it's like, you know, speed and crit damage, but he's actually doing pretty alright. 124 speed, which is technically higher than my Sela's speed, but that's alright. Low crit rate, high crit damage, for, you know, for now. It'll get higher. Alright, in the main story, we are following Firefly through her secret passage into Dream's Edge, which is the part of Penacony that is still under construction.
From that building to this building in the blink of an eye. This would be impossible in reality.
I don't really know or remember why we're here. Basically, she was just like, hey, follow me, this will be fun. And we were like, yeah, okay.
I can do this! You'll pay for this.
Pretty good crowd today. Keep up! You can fight it, or rock with it!
I'll free you from your chains. Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
We shall take back what we lost. This will keep us well stocked.
These are devils. I'll crush them all.
Lend me your strength.
Turn it up! You can fight it, or rock with it!
So you are afraid of me.
I'm gonna hold everyone back again! Give me strength!
Thanks. I'll free you from your disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past. What a headache. Who's next?
I'm scared!
Stay together.
That's it.
I'll free you from your chains. Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
Keep up! Ready to lose your... You can fight it, or rock with it!
Who's next?
I can do this!
Lend me your strength. Don't mess with me.
Let's rock! I'm gonna hold everyone back again! Protect me! Protect me!
Thanks.
Yeah!
If I use Sela's skill once, then she'll actually be faster than Bronya. But really that first turn is less important anyway. Why would anyone run this? I mean, I know the reason why I'm about to run it is because I want to do more of the Dream Chaser bulletin. But how many do I need to do? Clear it one time? We're literally about to run Calrex one time.
We've entered the storm. To guard and defend.
Crit
Crush them.
damage, attack boost, just energy.
I'll crush them all!
I'll free you from your...
So we're now at plus 84% attack. 133 crit damage, but only 70 crit rate with 12% speed buff. So if I actually had Glamour set, then we will be hitting the 12% damage threshold, because I have 135 exactly right now.
Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
But only because of hyperspace. Now if I check, my speed is even higher, but that's because of my skill, right? I still have the hacker space. I guess because Resurgence was from the previous my buff state, because why am I in my buff state? Okay, upon defeating an enemy and receives an extra turn. So you I actually did not know this. So when you kill an enemy, you get Resurgence, but that's still part of your previous turn. So then the buffed state is actually for your next turn as well. So you actually have 80% more damage for the turn after you get a kill. And also my quantum res pin is increased by 20%, which goes along with my 10 to 20% defense reduction from the quantum gear set.
Don't mess with me.
So then I do this.
I'll end your misery.
Kill them even if I don't kill them.
Lend me your
Then I
strength.
just use Bronya.
What a headache.
And then I just do it all over again. So I no longer have the... Why do I still have 80% damage buff? Oh, because I killed the last enemy. I killed the enemy that had Resurgence. But then I got Bronya's buff on top of that, which is the 42 one, I believe. Yeah. The 42 is that buff. I don't know what the 24 buff comes from, the first one. They should have like a little icon next to it for like who gave it to you. The 25% speed boost is from my skill. The Bellabog March and attack boost at the bottom, those are from Boha's ult and Seela's ult respectively. I don't know what where the 35% attack boost came from, but that actually might be my light cone. Yeah. When defeat an enemy, increase attack by 35% for 2 turns. So the only one I don't know about is this 24% damage boost. That I don't know where that came from.
Who's next?
Yeah, I don't know whether I actually care to make Bronya faster than, or it's just barely slower than Seela without using her skill. It's like something for me to think about, because like after I use skill one time as Sela, then the speed stats just perfectly line up. But most ideal builds usually have to do with the first turn being taken into account. But if I make Sela just barely faster than Bronya, then once she uses gets her speed boosts,
You've mastered it, right?
it'll be like way out of sync.
What exactly went wrong? Is it because I've gone for too long without drinking So Glad? Or because I've been working overtime for 2 months? Why don't I have any inspiration today?
It's probably because of the overwork.
Who's there? Why are there guests here? You know what? I don't care how you snuck in. Just leave me alone. If you prevent me from finishing my work on time, I'm gonna make you pay for it.
I could finish your work for you. Am I about to steal the emotions from someone else and give it to this person instead? Absorb emotions. That's impressive. This is a great spot for a date. We're having so much enjoyment together. I can. Don't worry, you don't steal them, you simply share them. Okay, I mean, everything about this place just seems super sketch. I gotta keep them on their toes. They still seem somewhat happy.
What exactly went wrong? I got it! What a brilliant idea it is! I must write it down on paper while it's fresh in my mind. No. I'm sure I'll forget all the details when I wake up from sleep. There's no better time than now to put into action.
He wandered off, but he left behind the puzzle piece. other puzzle piece taken away by it? I'm gonna hold everyone
Ready to lose yourself?
You can fight it, or rock with it!
24,000 damage on my level 70. First of all, has the power break effect. It's just so cheap to build.
There's always a weakness.
I'll free you from your chains. Disappear among the sea of
Do it
butterflies.
this way, like if I get
Illusions
an
of the
early kill.
past.
Nope, that didn't work the way I thought it would. If I had done it during Quofo's turn and gotten the kill, then I would have skipped ahead of Bronya. And now, if I use my skill, then I'll be behind Bronya, but if I action advance myself, then I'll stay ahead.
Pretty good crowd today. Turn it up!
Don't mess with me.
Skill, heal up.
Give me strength. Resistance is timely.
I don't really want to attack him. I don't think I'll kill him. So
Lend me your
let's
strength.
actually do this instead.
Protect me. Protect me. Thanks.
He's completely healed up.
I'm scared. This battle is.
The best is yet to come.
I think that it's pretty cool that you don't have to necessarily reset your like what am I trying to say? There's no mana in this game. Like if you were playing something like Final Fantasy X, like and you're going through a very long dungeon, you actually would have to choose to yourself, well, I could kill this enemy quickly right now, but if I do, then maybe I won't have enough magic points to make it through the end of this dungeon, or maybe I will run out before the final boss for this area. But since everything is handled by skill points, you can just kind of do all sorts of crazy things, even for like weak enemies. And that's a good way that this game avoids having to deal with the issue of most RPGs, where it's usually just better to just keep mashing the A button, or the X in this case, because usually once you get to a certain point in most RPGs, it's more efficient to just keep on attacking no matter what. Dan Hung is now splitting the sea. You're getting pretty close to the end there. You'll probably have passed me by next week. Oh, I missed what they said. Maybe I'll come back to it and I'll say it again. There's probably not a... Oh, there is actually. That's not so bad.
place is really complicated. It gives me a headache every time I pass through. Not only do we have to activate the Dream's Eye, but we also have to close it a couple of times to get through.
I can do this! There's always a weakness.
So you are afraid of me.
Keep up!
We've entered the storm. To guard and defend! Crush them!
Ready to lose yourself? You can fight it, or rock with it!
I'll free you from your chains. Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
Protect me! Protect me!
Resistance is time.
So you are afraid of me.
This place is actually pretty big.
Demons or devils, I'll crush them all!
Lend me your strength.
Turn it up! You can fight it, or rock with it!
So you are afraid of me. I'll end your misery. I'll free you. Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
I don't think Resurgence is going to take effect this one. Yeah, didn't think so.
Who's next?
This battle is unavoidable.
I'll free you from your chains. Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
This is an interesting test. Let's see if my basic attack hits adjacent enemies, and it also hits anyone that's shocked on the field.
Let's rock!
Okay, it does count as actually hitting them.
Protect me! Protect me! Thanks!
You'll pay for this. Lend me your strength.
I could go for the extra attack and
I'll end your misery.
Ooh, I really thought I was going to kill him there.
I'll free you from. Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
I think I missed a crit or two in there.
We shall take back what we lost.
understand why this doesn't count as... I feel like that should count. You just go right through there. Well, let's see if I can find it more clean. That's like the exact same path, but okay. No matter what, I've got to fit here. Because I could fit like this. No, it actually has to be like this. Do I have to get there all at one go? Oh, that's it right there. If I just connect these two. Wonder what all these eerie building blocks are about. Can be returned to the Dream Ticker Administration. Okay. What did that mean? So, what even is that area? If I head towards that milk commercial. The place that I'm facing when I'm in this thing is not the area that I'm facing when I'm facing towards this water tower, right? Can't even see the water tower. Okay, I remember that statement. Maybe. I mean, I solved it, but yeah, I did solve it. I don't know that I was actually trying to solve it. I was actually really trying to just get better treasure chests and different treasure chests. How do I know that I've gotten everything in this area? There sure seemed to be like more stuff that I hadn't yet seen. That goes over to here, and then if I rotated this one and then also sent this over, then that's the only extra area that I'd have access to. Pretty sure I got this thing. Seems to be the only important part. Oh no, Jingchua and the ratio are downed. That means it's all up to Trial Jingyuan.
Finally! There won't be too many hindrances after this.
T-Rex. We're actually almost done. Almost-ish. Because we've made a full circle at this point.
This area wasn't guarded the last time I was here. Have my frequent comings and goings started drawing attention? I don't think we can get around them. Knocking them out is the only way to go. Let's get rid of them. I can't do this!
Forward!
Protect me! Protect me!
Resistance is timely.
Don't mess with me.
Keep up!
We've entered the storm. To guard and defend! Crush them!
I'm gonna hold everyone back again! Give me strength!
Assistance is timely.
Don't come in!
Fiends or devils, I'll crush them all!
Ready to lose yourself?
You can fight it, or rock with it!
You'll pay for this.
Not skill points.
What a headache. Who's next? I'll free you from your chains. Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
Song's for you.
Let's rock! Protect me! Protect me!
Thanks. This battle is unavoidable. Lend me your strength.
Turn it up! You can fight it, or rock with it!
Don't mess with me.
I'm scared!
Stay put.
What a headache.
You'll pay for this. Lend me your strength.
Don't mess with me.
We've entered the storm. To guard and defend! Crush them!
Who's next?
This battle is unavoidable. Lend me your strength.
Pretty good crowd today.
Oopsie. I thought this was going to break him. I goofed. I'm about to take a lot of damage here.
Keep up!
Okay, never mind. The shock took him out.
Here we are. This is the place.
That was my first time fighting that with this team in particular. When I run Fire Trailblazer plus Kafka and Himiko, which is the other team that I have, it goes a lot more smoothly.
Someone's singing? Where is the sound coming from?
Okay, I guess I'll go over here instead. So she's okay, that makes sense. Maybe we'll find Robin practicing here. Got the sunrise over the city. It's not all pre-rendered stuff. I think that we actually were over there earlier. Last stream.
Have you heard of this song? It's called If I Can Stop One Heart from Breaking by Robin. Her songs are played in the Dreamland from time to time as the Charmony Festival is drawing close. This spot is the closest place to the sky in the dreamscape. It's far away from the hustle and bustle of the city and free from the bickering among the dreamers. You can feel the moment. The scenery, the people and the dreams, without being disturbed by anyone. How beautiful. Time is frozen at this golden hour. This golden dream shared by the fool from the tavern and the memo keeper from the Garden of Recollection, the wandering ranger and the IPC ambassador, the Astral Express nameless, and me.
That's a lot for her to know about. That's Sparkle, the fool from the tavern. Memo Keeper from the Garden of Recollection, that's Black Swan, who I don't even think that we've been introduced to yet in the story. The Wandering Ranger, Galaxy Ranger is Acheron, the IPC Ambassador is Adventurine, she definitely should know about him. The Astral Express Nameless, that's me, and then Firefly herself.
Everyone falls asleep here equally, regardless of our different agendas.
Well, why don't you tell me about your agenda?
I'm sorry. I really am a stowaway.
I never saw that coming.
I think it's only right to tell you.
But she told me she wasn't a stowaway. You mean she just directly
My
lied?
hometown was destroyed a long time ago. It was probably the doing of the Legion or the Swarm, but I'm an interstellar refugee. Just like many of the Penacony locals. The Harmony accepts everyone, including wanderers from afar. The family takes them in, but they don't home here. In this splendid metropolis, some have a dream called Penacony, but some have dreams that are no different from reality. Even though everyone who comes here harbors the same motive in the beginning. And it's likewise for me. I have a wish I want to achieve so badly in the real world. But I can't. So, I want to give it a shot here.
Yeah, I mean, if her wish is, I wish to become ruler of the galaxy and crush all the, minions under my feet, then that's like not good. But if it's like, oh, I want to see my family again, then like, maybe that's okay.
Entropy loss syndrome. Have you heard of this term? It's a strange condition. Those suffering from it will experience an irreversible chronic dissociation of their physical structure. This means they will slowly fade away, and the process is barely noticeable to others. You can still run, jump, and talk as usual. Everything seems normal. But then you'll start doing everything slightly slower than others. And then even slower than that. Until the lines between your body and the entire world become blurry. You won't be able to tell reality from dreams because they have all been shattered. So how can I possibly resist it? I mean, can you imagine? I can actually free myself from this icy medical cabin in this dream. I can forget about all the doctor's advice. I can listen and see and touch and think and understand whatever I want with my body. So although this world isn't real, this experience is priceless. Just like this moment. I'm sorry. For certain reasons, there are things I can't reveal to you yet. But there are also things you should know.
So it seems to me like the game really wants me to empathize with her and like, feel for her and want to protect her and things like that. But like the entire time that was going through her monologue, I was thinking like, how much can we trust Firefly? Like, she knows things that I feel like she shouldn't. And she's running from the authorities, and she's lied to me about her reasons for running away from the authorities. And she has a pretty valid reason for wanting to stay in Penacony. Like, in the real world, her body is phasing out of existence, and her homeworld was destroyed by someone. She said one of those two bad guys did it. So this kind of circles back to what Akron was talking about when we first met with her, where she said like, okay, well, if you had to bring down the dream world, knowing that all the people that rely on it, would you do it knowing that it's dream world? Like, would you force everyone to face reality?
I am. In fact, after the Watchmaker's legacy. But that doesn't mean we have to go our separate ways and be enemies. But at least, I really hope things don't turn out that way.
You're after the Watchmaker's legacy. So the power to create or control dreams?
I'll tell you. But not now. In my dream, I saw a scorched earth and a new sapling emerging from it. It bloomed against the morning sun, and it whispered to me. I still remember the question on the invitation letter. Why does life slumber? You see, everything is possible in this land of dreams. The nightmarish past will disperse and fade away like bubbles in water, and the future that you don't want to face will never come. Why do people choose to sleep? I think it's because they're afraid to wake up from the dream. I'm sorry. Things are getting all bleak and serious. Let me see what I can do to lighten the mood. I mean, don't you have a lot of friends on the Astral Express? What would you guys do if something like this happened?
Something like this, as in, what if our homeworld were destroyed and we wanted to go to the land of dreams and change the dream to make the entire dream world in our how we want it to be?
Jokes. Oh, I don't really have a good sense of humor. Perhaps we can think of another way? I have been trying to do that, but I think I failed. Maybe there are other things that you guys do?
I don't want to take a picture.
Spray can? That's rough. Perhaps there's something else we can do? Coffee? We can't really make that here.
Are we really only allowed to
Aren't
have
there
Soul Glad?
other crew members we can take inspiration from?
Nope, no one else.
Selfie. You're right. I mean, I've been here so many times. Why didn't I think of taking a photo? I feel a little awkward taking it by myself. Would you like to join me? Let's commemorate this moment.
I don't like that Firefly is so keen to photograph
Is there
me.
a problem?
Stop the quest or
I
let's
can
keep
be a little
going.
bit camera shy. Just don't laugh at me. Here, you hold the camera. Wait, let me get ready. I'm good. Let's do this. 1, 2. Say cheese. Do you have to go back already? Time really flies. I feel like going back to reality and resting too.
Come on. Let's say goodbye at golden hour.
That was a lot of Trailblaze experience we just got. There's a stagnant shadow down there. Treasure chest over there. How do I get to that stagnant shadow? Why is it weird? Why is this thing here? I mean, that just seems appropriate to put the sticker over the watermark. All sorts of stuff blocking everything. Did you die a second time to Fantilia? Not yet, but Jung Yuan almost died. Oh, these are all characters that I haven't even met yet. Okay, I can start obtaining those happy gears and angry gears now that I have the ability to just absorb emotions. Still haven't found the Penacony Grand Theater yet. Shortcut to go back to...
Hey! Don't go any further!
Wait. These are the people that, what's it called?
Do you even get?
Ewan and Woolsey? Were those the names that I just got through reading? Yeah, there's Yuan. But no, we'll see. Okay, so that's just like one person. Is this a new area? No, this isn't. I've been here before.
I'm curious.
I haven't talked to any of the NPCs here yet. I'll probably... Oh, there's Go Ray. That's another person to talk to. Alright, I'm going to just double check to make sure that I won't be forced to do a main quest when I even get close to this area. So I think that we're kind of done with the story for tonight.
If there's nothing pressing, let's take a walk.
I will keep on going. Why did the thing just... What's it called? What is going on here? Why is the game like loading in and out? Let's see, if I get close to this, and yep, getting close to it actually does.
Come to think of it, I wonder if I have to go to the hotel to return to reality. Strange. Where's everyone gone?
Oh, that's why it's loading in. There's no one here. Like all the people that are supposed to be here, they're just like not. That's why it was loading. Well, I'm gonna want to talk to NPCs this week. Although I suppose if I choose a different quest, then it will put everything back to normal for a little bit. this guy again.
Sampo. Is that guy up to no good again?
Everyone in the entire town is gone except for this one person. Seems pretty suspicious.
We meet again, my dear. It looks like you have not taken my warnings to heart. A pity. Are you so enchanted by that girl? You're just so blind.
Careful. I'm more than certain now that this friend of yours is dangerous.
I mean, he kind of seems to be more...
This brave little girl appears to be protecting you. I wonder why. Are you two that close?
You talk too much.
Oh, I love your attitude, my dear. I have to admit you're different from your friend here. Your senses are much sharper. Even so, you are lagging far behind the main party. Have you not noticed yet what the family is hiding? The secret behind this sweet dream?
The secret ingredients,
And
people?
as for you, the trailblazer who saved the ice world, I wonder how much others might have embellished Sempo's story when recounting the happenings on Urello 6. It's surprising what tales they spin. Oh well, it was my problem for trusting him. I'm really, really disappointed in you.
Did he just refer to himself in third person, or is he impersonating Sampo? For trusting him.
Excuse me. Why don't you rest
For a little while. Inside the real dreamscape.
It was Sparkle all along.
Oh.
This... What is this place?
Another dream within a dream.
I'm back at the hotel? No, this feeling. The surroundings look a little like I just entered a dream.
Miko's like, where is everybody?
Can't get in touch with...
Am I allowed to leave?
This is too weird.
What's more important is, am I able to go back to Golden Hour with everyone being there?
If there's nothing pressing, let's take a
Everyone's
walk.
back. Alright, we will end on that cliffhanger. We had to go into the real dreamscape, according to Sparkle. Although her name hasn't been revealed to us yet. You know, we know about her from the banners. It's kind of like Among Us. Well, in the sense that people are allowed to dress up or change their appearance to be others.
This damp will affect my joints. Can I drive it?
And since we're not necessarily sure who we need to be trusting. Send help, please. Help. Did Jingyuan finally die? Hanging on by a thread. Nat's trying her best to keep everyone alive. Let's see, we have QQ and Ratio and Nat and Jingyuan. You could probably switch in, you know, Fire Trailblazer. You'd probably have to replace Qingchua because she's Quantum, and most of Phantalia is not weak to that. I died in the transition to phase 3. Yeah, when she explodes the planet with you on it. That's pretty cool. Should I give them in the order that I picked them up? Or the order in which I should have picked them up if I were more careful about picking things up? Because I got Sparkles first. But if I had just been better at exploring, I would have found Misha's first. I'm going to do it in the order that I picked them up. So many Stellar Jade. So, nothing there that I can do right now. Cures amateur stand-up comedian Jay. I'll probably do that off stream. Find Jay. It's one of these NPCs that I haven't. Oops. Okay. These must be, This is actually like huge lore drop right here, by the way. Why is the planet name... I guess that's not the planet's name, that's the planet of Canticles. Mendazia. It's actually the name of the planet of Canticles, but your joke relates to its ultimate fate. I'm assuming that it was eaten by Veracity at some point. Yep. That's what Firefly was talking about, how most of the locals to Penacony are actually interstellar refugees. I'll read all that some other time. That was my third one, apparently. I didn't even know that I was collecting any at all. And I got some from the telephones. There's a lot of emotions out here to absorb.
Exercising in dreams actually works.
It probably does not. I'm assuming that most of the residents here are like super atrophied in their beds.
I really love clocking.
Checked off the list. Now, where should I go next? Time to waste money, buddy! Checked off! Oh boy! I've eaten too much this time!
We're almost done with this. I've never seen this NPC before. Like, I think that, like, the other NPC as well. I had never seen that one either. So even though I've already, like, scoured this place and talked to everyone and done everything worth doing, there's probably like more stuff to do because now there are emotions to absorb. And I've started going through to each NPC and cycling through their emotions to see what their messages are. Also, usually every NPC has some emotion that you set them to that actually makes you get an item. For the most part, I've been keeping people back to the way they were. With a handful of exceptions. But there's just like so much to do. It's like actually insane. Like, because I said last stream that, oh, I can't believe how many NPCs there are. Or in like the stream before that, I said I can't believe how big this place is. But like every NPC is actually 4 NPCs. It seems like, based off what I've seen so far, that, you know, this might be the one big place, and everywhere else might be a little more remote. Because, for example, for Bellabog, you had the administrative district as well as the restricted Silvermane zone, as well as the underworld.
Why are the tickets sold out already?
I have to figure out how to get those. I saw one near the bird earlier as well. Alright, well, it puts us at about 3 hours. I think that's a pretty good stopping spot. You'll see what I'll be working on off stream. I'm going to also continue to grind for trace materials for my Hoha. She's pretty close to being maxed out. I got her ultimate done. Next I'll probably get the minor trace and then maybe do one more round of one of each. So that's like 9 there, and then 8 there. So that's like 2 days worth of stuff of grinding. And then slowly work on my Bronya as well. You know, she's going to be supporting Sela, then she's got to be, you know, tip top. I'll probably ascend her to 80, or not level her, but like, you know, just ascend so she'll be 70 out of 80 so that she can get this trace. 10% damage boost to everyone just for free, just by existing. Seal's in a pretty good spot. I really wish that I could farm better sets for her, but no such luck. She really needs speed more than anything. Like, maybe if I just like work towards speed boots instead of attack boots. And that's like the way. I actually do have speed boots. So maybe I'll just like, oh, these speed boots are so bad though. This one might be not terrible. Probably though. It's like effect hit rate and defense percent. So awful. I need like speed boots with attack percent, crit damage, crit rate, flat attack or something like that. Lots of things to do. So little time. So major work on Hoha, followed by minor work on Bronya, and then any leftover energy, which there won't be much, will be on Sela. The next character to build probably is going to be Herta. And then like, haven't decided on March versus Yukong or Hook. Have a lot of different characters running at the same time. Got a lot of ideas floating. Like I even started working on my Dan Hung. Ratio will slowly accidentally get gear through the trickle down effect. Once Sela gets better gear, then her old gear goes to Shui Yi. Once Shui Yi gets better gear, then her old gear goes to Ratio. No need to farm for him separately. I'll probably start him off on the Quantum set just for the defense ignore, even though eventually it'll be better to get like Pioneer set or something like that. But I don't even have access to farming the Pioneer set. We're gonna continue this tomorrow. Tomorrow we're gonna play Star Rail as well as Pokemon Unite. And then Sunday will be Tactics Ogre. It'll be a lot earlier than usual. I'll probably do Tactics Ogre Sunday morning instead of Sunday night. And then Monday will likely be Star Rail again. Tuesday Smash, Wednesday Metroid 2, Thursday Smash, Friday Final Fantasy. Unless I've like worked so hard that I didn't really get to stream during the week, and then Friday will be Star Rail like it is today. But yeah, if any of that seems interesting to you, be sure to subscribe. If you enjoyed today's stream, be sure to leave a like. I will see you guys in the morning. Thanks for watching. Take care, and goodbye.